analysis, though, of today's historic news that followed controversial confirmation hearings, let's welcome in Dr. Jeff Bloodworth of Gannon University. He's with our Ethan Kibbe at the Alert Desk right now. Good evening to both of you.
Mike and Eva, good evening. And Doctor, let's start here. We saw the vote today, a little bit of bipartisanship, just 3 Republicans, but 3 is more than we've seen from members of other parties in recent confirmations.
Look, it's a signal that this is getting 3 Republican votes, and esteemed Republicans, that this is a very qualified justice. In 1990 terms, this would be like about 85 votes, if you do as a kind of a metric equivalent.
How do we get to that point in just 30 years where now it's stunning to get bipartisan support when it used to be a guarantee judges would sail through?
Well, it began with Robert Bork. The court has become, I think, a little bit too important in answering all of controversial political issues. Instead of legislatures dealing with these issues, the court decides so many of them. And because these are controversial issues, it's bled into the courts, and now our Supreme Court confirmations are political food fights.
Not to get too historical here, but are we starting to see the court become what the presidency did in the late 1800s, early 1900s, where it really established itself as one of the dominant branches? Yes, 3 co-equal branches technically, but are we starting to see the court assert more dominance?
The court's too important. Congress has relegated so many controversial issues to the courts because it's politically unpopular to make really hard decisions. And the court is, I would argue, too important. And we shouldn't be surprised that because it decides all these controversial issues, that it's become very controversial. And every judicial pick is, I think, too important. And so many of these issues should go back down to the Congress. And you could see the court go back to what it used to be, an institution that was above politics.
So much to discuss with Dr. Jeff Bloodworth coming up on Erie News Now at 5:30. We'll talk more and about why Judge Brown Jackson's Ivy League background maybe isn't a good thing for the court. It's an interesting thought coming up in half an hour. For now, though, for Dr. Bloodworth, Ethan Kibbe, Erie News Now.